Hey, Todd Ehrlich here. Let's talk about the block Triluxe Forte. Again, this is just kind of a lighthearted discussion on chairside CAD/CAM materials, and I want to talk about Vita's Triluxe Forte. I've always been a big fan of Vita and their product line, but this is one of the things that just drives me crazy. And I'm a smart aleck, so just bear with me. We're having fun, people. Triluxe Forte. Trilux was a block in the history of CEREC, which I don't think you can buy it anymore, but Trilux had 3 layers to it. Boom, boom, boom. And it was basically the same shade all the way through, but they decreased the chroma, so the amount of color that's in it, so it made it more translucent in 3 layers. Well, it was an awesome block. It worked really well because the translucent layer was really translucent. And I think they got a lot of pushback in the field when it comes to just having 3 layers, so they added a 4th layer to it. And instead of changing the name completely, they just added Forte to it. So now it's a 3-4. Triluxe Forte. So anyway, Vita, I don't know. Good name, but it could have been maybe Forte Lux. Maybe that would have been better. But anyway, we're going to talk about the Triluxe Forte block. This is made by Vita, of course, a German company. It's a feldspathic ceramic. The physical properties, the flexural strength is anywhere from 120 to 140 megapascal flexural strength. Again, it depends on what study you read, but that's a good general number for it. And it doesn't really matter. You're going to have to bond these things in. You don't traditionally cement, so you have to prep properly for a feldspathic ceramic, and you're going to bond them, isolate them properly, and use a good bonding system for it. So as far as a furnace goes, you can mill these out and polish them and then put them right in if you like. I personally always throw them into the furnace just for a glaze cycle. There's some studies to show that you get about 5% increase in strength after a glaze cycle, and I think it probably just heals the milling cuts, maybe any little micro crack lines that are starting to form or whatever. You could do either polish it really well or glaze it. I personally like to glaze them. So and the glaze cycles for this, you can get it in like 10 minutes, 8 to 11 minutes, somewhere there, depending on how you run your furnace. Anyway, block versions, they're square. They come in, we tend to only buy the big ones of this. So that's the 1414 block. We have some 14s, but if you get the 1414 block, it allows you to move the restoration farther within move the restoration farther within the block, so you can grab more of the translucent zone, or you can go the other direction and grab more of the chromatic area. So my big beef with Trilux for all these years has been there's never been good bleach shades. In this summer in 2021, they released the 0M1 and the 1M blocks. And I'm going to show you a 0M1 here in just a minute. But the 1M2 is kind of like a A1 to A2 range-ish. So if I wanted something like an A1, these were always a little bit too dark, and we had to use a different block, like the Ivoclar Vivadance multi-block. But the difference between them, which I've talked about in many other videos, is that translucent zone, whether you want more fluorescence or more translucency. So you have to know which block you're going to pick on that. And then when you get in the 2M2, the 3M2 range, my opinion is it's more for somebody that's not had any bleaching, very light teeth, maybe more worn, more aged teeth. Because that 3M2, we're in the A3, maybe A4 range at that point. Minimal thickness. This is a feldspathic ceramic, so I just put 1 to 1.5 millimeters. Now, all you manufacturer reps, I know these numbers are probably exactly right. These are just guidelines. We're just talking about blocks. We're just having a little bit of fun, which I'm going to make fun of the marketing here in just a minute and some websites. But my opinion is Triluxe Fortes are more for the anterior region. There's really no reason to do it too much in the posterior, like for partial coverage. You can if you want. You want to keep your stock down, but These are more for matching single centrals or a veneer case. So in my minimal thickness that you see right here, I'm more concerned on the anterior region. Again, you got to prep them right, and bond them in correctly, and you'll have great success. So this is just a guideline. Indications: inlays, onlays, crowns, veneers, no bridges. But basically, in my world, we're doing them in the anterior region. All right, let's get to a website. Oh yeah, I did a Google search, as I have always done on these other Block Talk videos, because Google is always the best place to learn the most about science. So anyway, let's go here. So let's start at the top. Oh, I did DuckDuckGo. I'm sorry, I didn't do Google. This is DuckDuckGo. So you should try that search engine. Doesn't track you like Google does. So anyway, we'll go to the first one, Vita Triluxe Forte, Vita North America. Well, I live in North America, so let's click on that. All right, this is the part that I love. I love making fun of marketing. So let's just see what we find on the Vita www.vitanorthamerica.com. Let's see what it says. Vita Triluxe Forte. Vita Blocks is their line of ceramics that are the monochromatic blocks. And so I don't know why companies do this. They just add too many words to it. Just give us the name of a block, and that's it. Move forward. Vita Blocks, registered trademark, the little R with the circle. Triluxe Forte. Tackle the demands of anterior restorations with ease. Yes, again, I laugh at marketing and the way they use their words, because we always want high strengths and high aesthetics and ease of use and tackle the demands. Well, why would we want anything else? They all say the same things. Okay, sorry, Vita, just poking, having fun. We'll read a little bit of this. Easily manage anterior cases, increase profitability with simplified processing and faster chair time with Vita Triluxe Forte. Yeah, that's probably true. You're easily managing anterior cases. Well, if you've done any anterior cases, you know, you got to manage it. There's a whole nother world of prepping, the emotional aspect of doing anterior cases. So if Vita Triluxe Forte blocks can take the emotional aspects out of doing a veneer case, this is the only block you should ever use, but I don't think it does that. And then I'm curious in this, why would... it says chair time with Vita Triluxe Forte. Why wouldn't Forte be capitalized? I think you would want to capitalize if it's the name of it. Okay, let's go to the... Sorry, I can't help it. I swear when I read like research papers and you're given all the studies and I need to read about the Sheffy test, or I don't even know what that is, but the Sheffy test, I think it's funny. I got to read it in a funny way so I can keep my interest going. So that's kind of what I do in the marketing. Okay, next sentence. Triluxe Forte, Forte should be capitalized, is the most bioaesthetic, easy to use, and efficient CAD/CAM material for the anterior, including crowns, veneers, and implant restorations. Okay, so bioaesthetic. What is that supposed to mean, bioaesthetic? I don't, again, marketing people, they just make up words, sometimes bioaesthetic. So then in the next little bullet point, it says outstanding aesthetic properties. Well, why don't you say bioaesthetic properties? If we're doing biology and aesthetics in biology, say it, keep it consistent. I'm just trying to be aesthetic. Light transmission and fluorescence. It's true. It's got good light transmission and fluorescence. I would also say that it has good light absorption in the translucent zone, that incisal edge. 4 gradient layers with smooth transitions from neck to incisal edge for superior anterior aesthetics, bioaesthetics. You know, one of my big beefs is that people have said that they can see the layers with Triluxe Forte. I've milled so many of these. You can't see the layers. I mean, it is almost impossible. And the reason for that is because the layers are almost never completely perpendicular to the facial surface. There's usually some sort of angle to it. You're not going to see the layers. You couldn't see the layers even in the Triluxe blog, but a lot of people said they could. Made of the same reliable material as Vita Blocks Mark II. It was funny. I met, I can't think of the guy's name, but German scientist. If you know the name, you can let me know. But he invented the Mark II block, and I was talking to him, and I said, this is way back in the early 2000s when I was in Germany once, and I asked him, said, when is the Vita block Mark III going to come out? And he looked up and he said, why? This is the perfect material for teeth. I was like, well, no, you should keep going. Make it better, make it stronger, make it thinner, make it more aesthetic. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting way of saying, no, we're not working on it anymore. So anyway, okay, let's see if there's anything else. Click on the video. No, I'm not clicking on anything. Let's see what this one is. I want to order now. I guess they just work for Patterson. I'll go with this. Okay, it says, yes, I would like a personal consultation, free Triluxe Forte sample kit, but I can't click on it. How do I get a free sample kit? No clicking. Vita, you got to check your website. There's no clinks on that, or clinks, clicks on that. Let's go to another thing. Let's go to support. I want to see support. Let's, again, just having fun, Vita. Not making fun of you, kind of. I'm just making fun of the words, support. I love this. I love when company or you're watching TV and you're talking to or you're listening to news reporters, and they always say, we got 5,000 years of experience on this panel. It's because they add every person's experience. And so it says, our technical support staff boast. Well, they shouldn't be boasting about anything. They should be humble about things. Over 100 years of combined dental laboratory experience. Well, Vita does. I mean, they're 1-800 numbers. I've been there in California. They do a good job on their online, on their phone technical support. So you should call them if you need. Okay, let's quit making fun of that website. Let me go to another one here. Go away. Let me scroll down. I'll just pick a random one. Patterson Dental now. Pick that one. Triluxe online dental shop. Oh, let's go. Oh, you know what? Let's just go to the actual instructions, I think. Do you want to downloads on Duck? No, I don't. I want to cancel. I don't want to download anything. Let's Vita Triluxe Forte CAE Dental. I don't even know what that is. Again, I'm not trying to promote any website or anything. I'm just randomly picking some things and then making fun of it. So we're still on the Triluxe Forte. Okay. CAE Dental. I'm not even computer. I can't even read this. This is so small. So whoever CAE Dental is, you got to make your logo better. Computer aided engineered dentistry. I don't know if that's how you spell engineered. Maybe you do. I don't know where they're at, but they've got Vita Triluxe Forte. They capitalized Forte. Good job. Okay, description. This is the part I love because usually the description is something funny. And again, I've never seen this. We'll just make fun of it. Vita Triluxe Forte, capitalized, is based on Vita Block's Mark II generation with 4 levels of shade intensity. That's actually, I don't know if that's exactly right. It's 4 levels of chroma intensity. So it's not, well, maybe they're saying it the same way. Who knows? It's just one layer has more chroma in it, and then as the layers go through, it's more translucent. So I guess that's the right way to say it. The enamel, okay, let me start that again. The enamel dentine intensive and dentine cervical layer with a greater accentuation of the chroma in the cervical area. The enamel dentine intensive, maybe they mean incisive. Hey, CAE Dental, you got to check your words here. So they say intensive. I don't think they mean that. Maybe they do. Maybe they can correct me, but that doesn't seem right. The very fine structured feldspar ceramic is impressive because of the antagonist friendly is not spelled right. Antagonist friendly spell Friendly, abrasion properties that correspond to those of natural tooth structure, plus the optimal light conductivity effects with white fluorescence. I don't know if I like those words. That's kind of a weird, God, I'm telling you, marketing people just make up stuff. So basically what they're saying, the antagonist friendly, spelled wrong, abrasion properties, meaning this isn't feldspathic ceramic from the 1970s. I mean, dental manufacturing material manufacturers, they've figured this out a long time ago. So we don't tend to see, you know, the classic situation where grandma has her little partial in her upper denture and she wears down her lower front teeth because the denture was made with the very coarse ceramics, the feldspathic ceramics. So that just doesn't happen that much in dentistry anymore. We got that figured out. But thank goodness CAE Dental has got this figured out. Let's finish that sentence. Abrasion properties that correspond to those of the natural two structure plus the optimal light conductivity effects. Is light light conductive? I don't know if that's the right word in there. And white fluorescence. I need more than just, I don't know, white fluorescence. I don't know if I like the way that I said that. That doesn't even make sense. Let's go to the next sentence so I can wrap this up. Again, friendly is spelled wrong. I got to get rid of that. With the cervically increasing fluorescence creates a very natural shade effect even within thin layer thicknesses. Let me read that again. I don't even know what that said. With the cervically increasing fluorescence, the ceramic creates a very natural shade effect even with thin layer thicknesses. I don't know. You got to explain that one to me. I don't even think that's very good English. Anyway, you know how I like to, oh no, wait. You know how I like to make stuff up, but they have additional information because I need more additional information. So more information. It's a restoration type. It's either unfinished or finished. And with that, let me quit making fun of Triluxe Forte. I'm sorry, Vita, but this is one of your suppliers in Jefferson City, Missouri. They got to work on that. Let me go to a case here. Let me get out of this. Go to my keynote. So seriously, the Vita Triluxe 0M1 new for 2021, actually a really pretty block. So that description still is driving me crazy. Spell friendly right. Anyway, this little case was cool. This young girl had some really discolored bonding, and I believe her root canal on number 9, I'm not sure, and her wear pattern was kind of chipped on the incisal edge. So we did 4 veneers for her with Triluxe Forte, the 0M1, and you've seen the CEREC video game, so we got some little minimally prepared veneers there. And then this is it immediately after. And again, what I like about the feldspathic ceramics, it has good fluorescence of light. I don't know what they were saying, cervically and thinness or whatever they said, but it just looks right. It has a very good gradation. You're not going to see the layers of it or anything. And this was stained and glazed with the Mio system from Jensen Dental. And just a really nice color, and this young girl really liked it. So anyway, enough making fun of the Triluxe Forte block. It is definitely one of those blocks you should have in your repertoire.